Once upon a time, in a small village in Africa, there lived a beautiful young woman named Amina. She was known throughout the village for her kindness and grace. Amina had long, shiny black hair, and her eyes sparkled like stars. Everyone loved her because she was always willing to help others and had a warm smile for everyone she met. One sunny day, Amina met a man named Kofi. Kofi was a hardworking farmer who lived in a neighboring village. He was strong and kind-hearted, and he fell in love with Amina the moment he saw her. Amina also liked Kofi very much because he was gentle and always treated her with respect. After some time, they decided to get married and start a new life together. Amina moved to Kofi's village and into his big, old house. The house had many rooms and a large garden where Kofi grew vegetables and fruits. Amina was excited to start her new life with Kofi, and she looked forward to making the house a happy home. On her first day in the house, Amina noticed a young girl working in the garden. The girl was about 9 years old, with big brown eyes and curly hair. She was wearing a simple dress that was a bit worn out, and she looked tired from working under the hot sun. "Hello, what is your name?" Amina asked the girl kindly. "My name is Nia," the girl replied softly, looking down at her feet. Amina was curious about Nia and asked Kofi who she was. Kofi explained that Nia was an orphan who had come to live with him. Her parents had passed away when she was very young, and Kofi had taken her in out of pity. Nia helped around the house and garden in return for food and shelter. Amina felt a pang of sadness for Nia but didn't say anything. She thought about how hard it must be for a young girl to work so much. However, as days went by, Amina started to change. She became very strict with Nia and expected her to do more and more work around the house. "Nia, clean the kitchen." Amina would order sharply. "Nia, wash my clothes." "Nia, cook dinner." Nia obeyed without complaint, even though she was often tired and hungry. Amina started to see Nia as just a servant and forgot to be kind to her. She made Nia work from morning till night, and the little girl rarely had time to rest or play. Amina didn't realize how unfair she was being. She was so caught up in managing the house that she didn't notice Nia's sad eyes and tired face. One day, an old woman from the village came to visit. Her name was Mama Amina, and she was known for her wisdom and kindness. Mama Amina had known Amina since she was a little girl and had always thought of her as a daughter. When Mama Amina saw how Amina treated Nia, she was very upset. She called Amina aside and said, "Amina, my dear, you must be kinder to Nia. She is just a child and deserves to be treated with love and care." Amina sighed and replied, "But Mama Amina, Nia is just a servant. She is here to help with the housework." Mama Amina looked at Amina with sad eyes and said, "Amina, every child deserves love, no matter who they are. Remember that." Amina nodded but didn't change her ways. She continued to treat Nia harshly, making her work harder each day. One night, as Nia was cleaning the kitchen, she found an old box hidden in a corner. Inside the box were letters and a small, worn-out blanket. Curious, Nia took out the letters and began to read them. The letters were from a woman named Zara, who wrote about her love for a baby girl she had to give up many years ago. Nia read the letters with tears in her eyes, realizing that Zara was her mother. She clutched the small blanket tightly, knowing it was the only thing she had left from her mother. Nia kept the letters and the blanket hidden, not daring to tell anyone about them. She continued to work hard every day, hoping that one day she would find out more about her past. Meanwhile, Amina began to notice that something was different about Nia. The girl seemed quieter and sadder than usual. Amina's heart softened a little, and she started to feel guilty about how she had treated Nia. One evening, Amina decided to talk to Nia. "Nia, come sit with me," she said gently. Nia hesitated but then sat down next to Amina. "Nia, I want to apologize for being so harsh with you," Amina said softly. "I realize now that I haven't treated you fairly, and I'm sorry." Nia looked up at Amina with wide eyes. "Thank you, Amina," she said quietly. Amina reached out and hugged Nia, feeling a wave of affection for the little girl. From that day on, Amina tried to be kinder and more understanding. She still expected Nia to help with the housework, but she made sure the girl had time to rest and play too. One day, Mama Amina came to visit again. She noticed the change in Amina and was pleased. "You are doing well, Amina," she said. "But remember, there is more to Nia than you know." Amina was puzzled by Mama Amina's words but didn't press for more information. She continued to care for Nia, feeling a growing bond between them. One sunny afternoon, Amina was going through some old things in the attic when she came across a small, worn-out blanket. It looked familiar, and Amina felt a strange sense of déjà vu. She remembered a time long ago when she had to give up her baby girl because she couldn't take care of her. The pain of that memory came flooding back, and Amina's heart ached. Tears filled Amina's eyes as she held the blanket close. She had always wondered what had happened to her daughter and hoped that she was safe and happy. Suddenly, Amina realized something. The letters and the blanket that Nia had found were the same ones she had left with her baby all those years ago. Amina's heart pounded as she ran to find Nia. "Nia! Nia!" she called, her voice trembling. Nia came running, worried that something was wrong. Amina knelt down and held the blanket out to Nia. "Nia, where did you find this?" she asked, her voice shaking. Nia looked at the blanket and then at Amina. "I found it in the kitchen, hidden in an old box," she said softly. Amina's eyes filled with tears as she realized the truth. "Nia, you are my daughter," she whispered, her voice choked with emotion. Nia stared at Amina, her eyes wide with shock. "Your daughter," she repeated, not quite believing what she was hearing. "Yes, my dear," Amina said, hugging Nia tightly. "I had to give you up when you were a baby because I couldn't take care of you. I never stopped thinking about you and hoping that you were safe." Nia's eyes filled with tears as she hugged Amina back. "I missed you, Mama," she said softly. From that day on, Amina and Nia were inseparable. Amina was determined to make up for all the lost time and to give Nia the love and care she deserved. Kofi was happy to see the change in Amina and welcomed Nia into their family with open arms. The village people were amazed at the story of Amina and Nia. They admired Amina for her courage and were glad to see Nia finally happy. Mama Amina smiled when she saw Amina and Nia together. "I knew you would find each other," she said, her eyes twinkling with wisdom. Amina thanked Mama Amina for her kindness and support. She knew that she had been given a second chance to be a mother to Nia, and she vowed never to take it for granted. Amina had learned an important lesson: every child deserves love and care, no matter who they are or where they come from. She was grateful for the second chance she had been given and was determined to make the most of it. One day, while sitting under the shade of a large baobab tree, Nia asked Amina about her past. "Mama, can you tell me more about my father?" she asked gently. Nia had always been curious about the man who had loved her mother and wondered what had happened to him. Amina sighed and took Nia's hand. "Your father was a kind man named Kamau. We were very much in love, but life was difficult for us. When you were born, we didn't have the means to take care of you properly. It broke my heart, but I knew I had to give you up to give you a chance at a better life." Nia listened quietly, feeling a mixture of sadness and gratitude. She understood the sacrifices her mother had made and felt lucky to have found her again. "Thank you for sharing this with me, Mama," she said softly. "I hope I can make you and Papa proud." Amina smiled and hugged Nia tightly. "You already make us proud every day, my dear." The years continued to pass, and Nia grew into a beautiful young woman. She finished her schooling and decided to become a teacher. She wanted to give back to the community and help other children the way her mother had helped her. Amina supported Nia's dreams wholeheartedly and was proud of the woman she had become. Nia's dedication to teaching and helping others earned her respect and admiration throughout the village. She started a small school where children could come and learn for free. The school became a place of joy and hope, and many children who had never had the chance to go to school before were now able to read and write. One day, while Nia was teaching, a stranger came to the village. He was an old man with kind eyes and a gentle smile. He introduced himself as Mr. Badu, a historian who traveled from village to village, collecting stories and sharing knowledge. Mr. Badu was impressed by Nia's school and the work she was doing. He asked to speak with her and Amina, wanting to learn more about their story. As they sat together, Mr. Badu listened carefully as Amina and Nia shared their journey of separation and reunion. After hearing their story, Mr. Badu looked thoughtful. "This is a remarkable story of love and resilience," he said. "I would like to write about it and share it with others. Your story can inspire many people who may be going through similar hardships." Amina and Nia agreed, and Mr. Badu spent several days with them, writing down their story in detail. When he was finished, he promised to return with copies of the book so that everyone in the village could read it. True to his word, Mr. Badu returned a few months later with the finished book. The villagers were excited to read the story of Amina and Nia, and it quickly became a source of pride and inspiration for everyone. People from neighboring villages also came to read the book and meet the remarkable mother and daughter. Nia's school continued to grow, and soon it was filled with the laughter and chatter of children eager to learn. Amina often helped at the school, sharing stories and teaching the children about kindness and compassion. One day, a young girl named Laila came to the school. She was shy and quiet, much like Nia had been when she first arrived at Kofi's house. Nia took Laila under her wing, remembering how important it was to feel loved and supported. Laila blossomed under Nia's care, just as Nia had blossomed under Amina's. It became clear to everyone that the cycle of love and kindness was continuing, and the village was a happier place because of it. As Nia looked around at the children playing and learning, she felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She knew that she was making a difference in their lives, just as her mother had made a difference in hers. Amina, now older but still beautiful and graceful, watched her daughter with pride. She knew that the hardships they had faced had made them stronger and brought them closer together. She was grateful for every moment they had shared and for the love that had guided them through even the darkest times. The village thrived, and the story of Amina and Nia became a legend passed down through generations. It was a story of love, sacrifice, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and her daughter. And it reminded everyone that, no matter how difficult life might be, love and kindness could light the way to a brighter future. And so, in the heart of Africa, a small village continued to flourish, guided by the lessons learned from Amina and Nia. Their legacy lived on in the hearts of the villagers, a testament to the power of love and the strength of the human spirit. The end. The story of Amina and Nia imparts several important lessons. 1. The power of love and forgiveness. Amina's journey from harsh treatment to realizing and accepting Nia as her daughter highlights the importance of love and forgiveness. Even when mistakes are made, love can heal and bring people closer together. 2. Resilience and strength. Both Amina and Nia show incredible resilience in the face of hardship. Amina overcomes the pain of giving up her daughter and later rectifies her treatment of Nia. Nia endures difficult circumstances but remains kind and strong, eventually flourishing with her mother's support. 3. The value of kindness and compassion. Mama Amina's advice and Amina's eventual change of heart underline the importance of treating others with kindness and compassion. Every child, and indeed every person, deserves to be treated with love and respect. 4. Education and empowerment. Nia's decision to become a teacher and help other children highlights the transformative power of education. It shows how empowering others through knowledge can bring positive change to a community. 5. Community and support. The village's support for Amina and Nia, and the way their story inspires others, demonstrate the importance of a supportive and caring community. Working together and supporting one another can help overcome even the toughest challenges. Overall, the story teaches that love, resilience, kindness, and the support of a community are essential for overcoming difficulties and building a better future. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave your comments for more videos. Thanks.